Well, hello there, legends, and welcome yourselves back on in to Stranded Alien Dawn, which still feels weird to be saying that again. I did check on the last time I played through, and it was July last year, so it is quite some time ago. Just watching Jack as he's getting up and transporting a bit of grain there. But I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Colony builders, city builders, that's what we're all about. So if you like that sort of thing, please do stick around and subscribe if you aren't already. So I'm just going to deactivate all of that. We'll keep the light one deactivated so we don't want to see it, but welcome yourselves in. So what we got going was this basic defensive structure. We've got our two flamers here and, well, the base done of a start of our little basic building here. So we're going to be utilizing that. The farm fields over here are producing really well. So we've got all of our basic stuff kind of going. Now, one of the things we're going to need to factor in is taking out one of the nests, because these bad boys are going to provide us with that carbon. Now, my only problem is how fast these guys are. So we almost need to basically get them to come down here, but it's quite far. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. The easiest way is wait until you got snipers and just shoot them with that, but yeah, I don't know, man. And getting the carbon in is going to be the easiest way for us to get the best clothing possible. Although we don't have carbon armor breakthrough, or is that a breakthrough? No, improved carbon armor is a breakthrough, sorry. So I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else, but other than that, we're fine. But welcome yourselves back on him. Let's get it going. Research-wise, let me just show you a second. So we've got, well, we're doing antibiotics and then coffee. So we're working our way through some of the more safer ones, probably the best way of doing it. I'm also probably going to go ahead and get some bricks going eventually. So tempted to get that on, actually. But yeah, there's quite a lot we can do already. And I'm going to be sticking with, well, what's it called? There's the carbon armor. So we just need to produce that to get that in, because that then covers you for all weathers. But in the meantime, we can obviously do it elsewhere. And yeah, we got fuel fermenting going. So we got our first bit of fuel fermenting up in here, as you can see, which is going to come in really handy. And then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff kind of happening in here. I'm going to hopefully get this basic little base set up today as well. Not quite sure how else I'm going to lay it out, but I'm going to move the beds in as a minimum so I can break this down, and then we can kind of decide how else we're going to do it. It's going to take some time to move things across, but I want a full-on mass storage room, everything. And the more you build, the more attacks that are going to come as well, so we do need to keep that in mind also. But because of the sheer amount of hay we have over here, and that we can grow, we're going to be in a good place. I'm actually going to observe that, to basically get in everything that we need in terms of, what's it called, bricks. So, yeah. And what I'm going to do in here is I'm actually going to ferment up antibiotics, and this is going to be until, we're going to say until there's 10 antibiotics, and this is going to take precedence over the liquid fuel in this one barrel. So that means anytime when they get ill, we should be absolutely fine. And now we have fuel fermentation. I'm also going to go ahead out onto an expedition, and we're going to be going to another explore, which is now going to take 4 hours each way for Rita. So we're going to send her out, dealt with the attacks, so that shouldn't be a problem, and Connor just hit construction 4. She's left 6 green porridge meals, so she'll be able to deal with that one. And we're going to want to stock up on some stuff soon as we get out of the winter here. And we've just been hit by a severe heat wave. So if you're wondering on very hard and insane, these are worse. So 14, so 38 degrees outside. Now we did craft up some caps, and she's just discovered the Juno. Okay, now obviously we could tame a Juno, but the only way you can tame a Juno is by killing one of your people, because the way to tame them is human flesh. So we won't be doing that one yet. And there's the giant's grass. I don't think I've ever actually tamed one, because I don't like I get too attached to my characters, you know, and I can't sacrifice someone. Right, exploration complete though. Nothing really around. I do see some peculiar rocks. Oh, this is annoying. These can still turn out okay, but I see a small cave entrance underneath an overhanging rock. I'm getting some weird vibes from it. Sounds interesting. Explore it now. Okay, as I entered the cave, my head started pounding. I could sense the air becoming heavy with static electricity. I could feel the rocks vibrating. Okay, I hesitated but decided to press on. There was a small camp deeper inside. Someone was hiding here a long time ago, judging by the thick dust covering everything. I could hear rocks grinding. I quickly gathered what I could and left the cave just before it collapsed. What a feat. Should we see what she got? Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take that. A second pulse rifle is pretty mega. So, yeah. Now, one of the things you want to do with Rita, because she's out on expeditions, you basically want to try and get her physical up, because then she can carry more back. Who has old equipment here? Alright, I think it's probably safe to say we're going to need to get some boots in. And I'm going to say, let's get 4 times on the sneakers. Don't mind using synthetics. And then we'll also get the synthetic armors probably on. Don't know if the synthetic helmet helps, but I know that they do have heat and cold tolerance as well. Signal rocket. It must be another survivor. I need help. Okay. Rita, can you... After that, can you refuel? I'm actually going to send her straight back out if we've got enough. So we're going to go straight to the signal rocket. It's 8 hours, so, and it does expire. I'm hoping we can get a 5th survivor here, but I don't know. And there's the antibiotics as well. All right, what did we get for leisure? It was another statue, wasn't it? These can be pretty helpful, but at the moment we got 2. So, all right, the extra weapons then. I'll keep that in the wardrobe for now, but what I can do is basically say, Connor, do you want to put a baseball cap on? Jack, you get a baseball cap. You actually do get a little bit of armor from a baseball cap as well, by the way, guys. 1% blunt deflection. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Melody, do you want to get that one as well? And there's the cereal coffee. Now, coffee can be made on here. So we're going to say until there's maybe, say 10 coffee or something. No queued research. I might leave that for a moment and we'll get some of this done. So Rita should be, I believe, harvesting. Perfect. So not Rita, sorry, Melody. So I'm going to get her to harvest. Should I get a secondary cook with her? I could do that. She's level 3. Let's get Melody on that as well. Because she has times where she basically keeps saying that she's idle. So we'll get her cooking as well. And look at that. We've unlocked tea boiling with the smoke leaf as well. That's pretty handy too. That helps with pain, by the way, guys, which Connor does, in fact, need. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little smoke leaf field as well. Probably won't set this to too much, but let's say, yeah, let's go 100. We don't need a lot of that. And then I'm tempted now that we're doing antibiotics in here. Let's go to 250 with the grain. And we're going to need that for the coffee as well. And then cloth. Honestly, I might go 120. Beef berries are ready as well, so we're going to have plenty to cook with. So yeah, I'll leave those as well. Perfect. Loads of food. I try my hardest not to spoil too much, actually. So let's reduce this down as well. That's 12 meals. Melody's sweating. I know. If you click in, you can see their heat tolerance, by the way. So below 48, she'll be absolutely fine. Connor 48, Jack 55. He is an absolute machine because he's got this on. I'm going to give Melody, who's the worst actually. Rita should probably have it. She's got a coat on. Why have you still got a coat on? And 150 on the old thingy. There's the coffee. Perfect. And she's at the signal rocket. Okay. As the balloon descended, I saw a little ways off a person desperately fighting a huge bug-like creature. We could wait to see what happens. We can help them fight. Good combat skill, no risk. So that's perfect. I mean, it's good enough. So we're obviously going to help because there's no combat risk. And it's Krista. Krista's the absolute beast farmer, right? So plus 18 happiness. Now get back, both of you. Is it Krista or is she intellect? She's not farming. It's Lara that's the farmer. Yeah, she's the intellect one. Okay. Tell you what then. For the time being, let's get her in here. She's going to sleep out under the stars, but it is what it is. Krista is also unarmed. She can get the pulse rifle when she gets back. And there we go. A 5th survivor. This is mega. This is mega. Now things are going to get done way quicker. Not that we're struggling anyway, but just means I can pump out research a bit more now that we've got her. I think she gets insights as well. So if we come in, has occasional insights that boost the current research progress. She can basically turn a 3-day task into a 1-day task through research, which is pretty crazy. So like graphene solar cells, for example, I'm going to put that in. I'm also going to put in wooden fortifications. But what I'm going to do is go Now, there are a few things she doesn't like to do, I believe. I will have her doing that. Take her off hunt. Harvest, that's okay. Cut, I can leave. Ranching, it really doesn't matter. Plants. Scavenge, I can leave. I might just have her kind of doing a little bit of everything. And then she refuses to craft. But she is a very good... She's a very good observer and researcher. So what I'll do is change Melody now. I know you're interested in it, Melody, but we're going to need you for the other stuff later. So I think I'll change her to a 2 on this. And then we'll get her maybe a 2 on cuts. She does that first. We can start building up her strength. Because we're going to need quite a lot of logs still, my dear. And I could probably get her scavenging too. So I'm just going to select a few of these. That's quite a lot. Let's go for 8 more. Let's also get... Yeah, let's get her scavenging. Melody. You're now going to become and help with scavenge. Okay. And we'll take you to a 3 on pretty much everything else. There we go. 305 rotted away. So I'm not going to... The hay. Way too much. Way too much. Everything rots worse in the sun, by the way, as well. Keep that in mind. So apart from stone, I think even wood does, yeah. So stone is the only one that doesn't. And there we go. Our guys are back. Rita, I'm really sorry. Krista's just cracking on. So I think they slept on the way, but Krista's going to go in. Hopefully she gets an insight straight away. But I'm going to go ahead and give her... She started with a cap. Let's give her a pulse rifle. We've got 2 pulse rifles now. So feel like I'm in a good place. I'm also going to give her some earplugs, and then you can get back to the research. Thank you. And then those graphene solar cells, they're not useful until we get batteries, really, but that's okay. And the bed's been done as well. And I'm going to come into the house, and I'm going to start the wall now. Actually, let's do the ceiling first. So we'll have just... We'll probably go 2-story. Let's go for planks for now. These can be a bit of a pain to upgrade, but I'm going to do it anyway so she can sleep under a roof. I can move these guys in. And then you do have layers, by the way. You can go all the way up to 6 stories, I believe, which is what makes this game so cool. Low food as well. Hopefully that won't matter in a moment. So all the harvesting's going to happen. We'll get all that cooking done. And I think I'll get a cooking stove in here as well. You can set up the electric ones, all that sort of stuff. Plenty of grain. See, Melody, what are you up to? I think I'm going to go for 3 lots of scavenge here. We're going to grab all of this in. We got really lucky on this seed with the amount that we have around. Going to go in and watch for a bit as our new friend Krista helps out. I mean, we could follow her and watch her that way. Working at the research. Look at the detail on the bench. It is so good, man. Pretty insane, really, when you think about it. The 3D rim world, you know. Look at all the beef berries. That Connor in the back chowing down. I think it's Jack, actually, because he's got a synthetic jacket on. But yeah, it looks really cool, doesn't it, when you go in? Love it, man. If you don't like to play modded, please just take that one mod, man. The following one. It is crazy. And the camera one. So I can now obviously get right in. Like, way better than before. There's also one that I showcased on the channel before. It's the first-person mode. So you can actually go into the person and shoot as them as well. It's quite hard. But yeah, you can. Which is a pretty cool mod. Anyway, let's speed it up so we can smash through. That ceiling is going to come in so quick. Quite tempted to get in a cook stove pretty quickly. Now, the reason we want this up before the winter is so we can actually just get heaters in here as well. I'm going to just cramp them all into, like, this room. But actually, let's keep... We've got enough wood, haven't we? So let's keep going. Get the planks in. I like the planks, so go ahead and get these guys in. Now, we're going to need, obviously, a doorway. And again, it's going to be the planks. So we'll go right on the edge. It actually makes a lot more sense to have over here. And that'll come with a staircase. Going to need a fair bit more wood. Got enough people to do this now. This is where production gets so much better, isn't it? So let's go ahead and cut all these down. We can get the smoke leaf if we wanted to as well. I thought I just saw the mushroom. Should we go and observe the glow mushrooms? These can be turned into lights as well. They're pretty handy as well. You can use them in the veg soup, but you don't want to eat them raw. So let's go ahead and observe that as well. Let's also set a limit on this. I also might extend this field, actually. This makes a lot of sense. Heptagonia, if you can just get it going, is pretty good. So, yeah, we've got it at 200. Perfect. Before we forget, let's go ahead and copy in The restrictions. I think, am I right in thinking she might be a vegetarian? Actually. Veggie stew is her favourite, but I'm not sure she is a veggie. Nope. And there's the caffeine, by the way, guys. You get a +3 consciousness, +3 movement, +3 manipulation. She's not a veggie. I think we're fine. Doesn't like Rita, though. Got pretty rubbish tolerance here. But we got a couple of coats. Hopefully we can get these done. So, should we have a little look at Jack? Because he needs to get onto the crafting a bit more. Tailoring wasn't even set, so let's get him over here. He's interested in it. So let's do that. You're supposed to be crafting and tailoring, Jack. Connor can do the construction, no problem. Everyone's super happy, so we're okay. There's a solar eclipse, but we're not running solar panels, so it doesn't matter. Again, we'd have the batteries to cover that as one as well, so we'd be fine. Look at this. What a legend, man. All this building just done instantly, really. So she's got classed as a spacious bedroom because this whole room is like her bedroom. She won't get disturbed sleep either because she's got the earplugs in, so she's just going to get a really big buff at the moment from this. She's actually in euphoria through happiness, which means, well, she's going to have a survivor's determination, but she's going to do everything a lot quicker. Look at this. 125%. There we go. We've got some shoes coming in. We might need an extra pair, actually. So we're going to go for 3. So we can put the extra in, so there'll be 5 in total. So we've got a spare one for everyone else. So when theirs get bad, we'll make sure they can swap them out. What you want to do with the old ones, if you see old ones in here, just right-click them, and they'll break them down, and they'll get some of the resources back. I'll keep that hat. And then what we'll do is also go ahead and sew some of these hats. So we're going to go for the beanies. And we're going to go 5 times. Just to complete 5 times. And then that's ready for when it gets colder. So we'll be hitting that soon. There's the glitter cap. So I am going to be growing the glitter cap. For sure. It's going to be pretty useful. And then in terms of this, I think... Where do I want to go? I don't want to go too far this way. Let's go over here. Let's stick to the 5x5s. Now I know I got 2 grain fields, by the way, guys. They are exactly the same. The grain cob, I believe, is it faster? Grows quickly, but is soil sensitive and yields a relatively small harvest. Whereas this one grows slowly, but survives most soil types and yields a good harvest. So, yeah, I think it grows twice as quick. Now, this room is going to be home to every single one, and there's this room torch we'll go for. Now, we're going to go furniture, and the first thing we're going to do is set them all up with wooden fabric beds. So we're going to need 5 of these. And then we'll have a loner just here. Again, we got the earplugs in. This is going to be just to get through the winter. We're going to cramp most things in here. So I'm going to have a couple of heaters going, and then we should be absolutely fine. Mostly, they shouldn't have to leave this area. And then this, we're going to get moved over. Now, this is going to cause the attacks to be a lot bigger. But you can go ahead and stick the chests in between as well. And we'll give them separate bedrooms and stuff later on. But for now, that's what we're going to do. They're in a good place. I'm going to make sure we get a load more wood in as well. We're going to be chopping down our own one, but we definitely want to get them in from over here. So whilst we have the people, it's worth doing. Just checking we're okay on everything else. Metal's good. Meals are good. Everything's really, really good. Jack reached crafting 5. Good stuff. That tailoring's almost done. Krista is halfway through the graphene solar cells as well. And in between, she was doing some other stuff. So not bad at all. We could go straight into heat pumps, actually, just to make sure the room is fine. I think we'll be okay with just heaters, though. And honestly, I want to get a full kitchen done pretty early. I'm trying to think how we want to do this. Let's go brick rooms, then delivery drones. And I need energy storage as well. So let's go with those. I might take out the drone, actually. Put the energy storage first, then the drone. Won't take Krista long to do those at all, so... And they're all getting their combat up just because Jack's about. It's really cool. And then as these beds come in, I'm going to deconstruct these guys. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. That's 4, isn't there? So we just need 1 of these. And hopefully all this will regen anyway. Look at this. So the other crash site, you can't even tell it's there anymore. It's gone. It's so cool, man. The regeneration. Now, one thing I'm noticing is scavenging isn't happening quick enough. So I need someone to probably focus that. Let's take you off. Let's put you on scavenging mainly. And then Melody. You're focusing cut. Perfect. Kind of need Rita to probably push a bit more on this. How much fuel do we have? 76. Let's go do another expedition. I'm honestly tempted to go to this cargo pod, but she's not strong enough yet, so I can save it. Let's go exploring. I think we've got enough. If we get attacked, which will be coming anytime soon, we should be fine. I've just realised this is going to need to move. So what I'm going to do is put the shoot target over here so they don't shoot the crops. And I'll probably, actually, you know what? What have we got there? Glitter caps. Let's remove that field. Let's change this to glitter caps. Because we don't need both grain types. We'll stick to this one. It's doing us pretty good at the moment. And like I say, we've got 290 grain in stock, so it's absolutely fine. Almost halfway through our first year, guys. Doing pretty well here. Eventually, we'll be on to making sure that all they eat is meals. This is going to go in a moment. Just need that last bed. Once he gets up, I'll break this down. I'm not going to do it until yet, though. I just want him to make sure he's happy. He should be up in a second. And Rita's off. There he is. So he's going to go and finish his bit of tailoring. Let's get both of those broken down. And the last bed is in. I'm also going to go ahead and copy one more of you. So we're going to want 2 of those. So we'll have enough for our electricity. And then I'm going to bring these as far over as I can. I'm just going to pause it because there's a distress signal, which we'll probably want to go to as well. And then we'll bring this in, and that should power the room. So you'll see a little line when you're building it to indicate that it's going to power the room. As long as it goes to the room, you'll be fine. Okay, the site of a recent crash started emitting an automated long-range distress signal, maybe coming from an emergency lifeboat or from a ship's flight recorder. That could be a breakthrough. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. There's the last bit. That should it's already starting to regenerate. That is incredible. And we've just unlocked the cure plant, which provides antibiotics as well. You actually can't get it on this map, so this is why she's so strong. Cure plant is on the Sol 2 map, which is the jungle. And combat 2 for Krista. That's pretty major. Well done, Jack. And exploration is complete. Found nothing. So she's going to come back with a big fat nothing. I'm going to send her back out to the thingy. We've got enough fuel to do so. And second wind turbine is in. So you see when we're in the summer, these are only producing 4. So we've got a total of 8 power at the moment. Once we get the battery, I'm going to get in a couple of these graphene solar cells. Or maybe 1. I think you need carbon for them. Oh no, you don't. And then you can get solar powered roofs eventually as well. So I'll show you all that when we get into it. But our first little house, little basic shack is done. I should probably get a window or 2 in there for some daytime light. But whatever. We're going to just do the simple thing and get a couple of ceiling lights in. These guys do not care about lights at night, so put them in. And only 35 aggressive animals. I think they're the big ones. Yep, these are the overgrown scarabaei. They give a lot of meat, actually, which is good. A mixture. No explodies from what I can see. So this is good. But yeah, they take a lot more hits. So we'll have to see how we get on. I'm going to have someone here and try and bait them in. But that's okay. I think Rita's back beforehand as well, and we've got a couple of pulse rifles, so no problem at all. Toxic Ash is a bit annoying, and I need to work on getting Connor a bit happier here. He is obviously struggling with his migraines from his vision implant, but in the meantime, we're probably going to have to try and make him happy. Can you even reach the darts board? It's already relaxed, apparently. We're actually on 4 CPUs as well, which is great, so we've got enough for a drone when we research it. And the drone, I think, is 20 power? I don't know. But right, here we go. Grab everyone. Just get them over a second. Toxic Ash and nighttime is a bit annoying, so we'll have to get a floodlight early on. What I'm going to do is actually grab... Who have we got out? Rita. I'm going to use her to try and pull them in this way properly. I think they should turn to us anyway. They do typically like to attack the people, so come on in. You moved over a bit. They might chew on the back here, but that's fine. Oh, Rita. Rita! It's alright, the stun got off. These big boys... Yeah, look at that. Rita, can you get in, maybe? That would be good. Oh, we have one going round. Perfect. Now she's in, they should come round. So, I'm actually going to follow. And we're going to watch via these guys. Couple getting in. Why aren't my flamers triggering? Thank you very much. You almost need a big flurry of them, by the way. And I get knifed through the fence. Pretty good attack, I think. We're fine. Lots more bug. Little bit of a couple of hits here, but I think if I bring Krista this way, they will not be doing that. And there we go. The fire on the big ones. We almost need another row of traps here, but doing enough damage to kill them off, I think. And all this bug meat needs sorting, so we're going to butcher all that. Undo this, and then we should be able to get a fair bit of handling done on the fermentation. You guys, what do you need the treatment for? You're fine. Superficial bite, it goes on its own. Alright, bit of damage, but all in all, that was absolutely fine. Oh, bit of healing. Thank you, Melody. You're all fine. We'll get it all leveled up. Oh, another falling spaceship debris as well. Oh, man. You'll have to let me know on some of the other scenario types, by the way, guys. Because of the changes, I am going to try and lean back into Alien Dawn a little bit more. So if there's some cool mods you know of, all that sort of stuff, some interesting storylines you want me to do, let me know, guys. Any cool builds? I don't know. I think it's the way to go for me now. And if you haven't seen already, the second channel, by the way, I'm playing Total Wars, so more grand strategy. Do check it out as well. It's pinned in, it's at the top of my homepage on the channel. I'd really appreciate your support on that one as well, as I try and partner that channel. So that would be really, really cool if you could help with that as well. Anyone that supports me, for me, that is. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it either way. Okay, there's the graphene solar cell. I'm actually going to play it 2x. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I can be known to... I'm a bit naughty. I play a little bit fast sometimes. And I'm only going to harvest 100 of that silicon because we don't need it. So... the plan now is, let me just think. Graphene solar cells. Is she doing the battery now? We'll definitely want some of these. Look at that. They produce 60 a pop, man. I'm going to get one of these in. Just one, because I don't want to use all the electric, but then we're going to get a battery storage of two or three. I'm going to get rid of the brick thingy. We definitely don't need that yet. Let's do it in that order. And then we got room for another research. So what do we want to get in? Honestly... I'm not sure. I think flare shielding is a good one because it can break everything. So what this effectively does, when solar flares happen, it increases power consumption of devices by 50% of CPU devices instead of fully disabling them. Before you research this, if you've got turrets and stuff, they just won't work later in the game. I've actually lost a run because of... before this existed, I lost a run. This wasn't a research when the game first came out. So it was quite funny. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. Okay, are you guys... I forgot to butcher the overgrains. All this fuel needs to come in, guys. And there was one that wasn't quite built yet, right? Let's copy that one over. Not enough resources. We will have enough resources once these are all cut up. So get it in. All right, we're almost coming out of the summer. So rather than some of these, we're going to be contending with the cold next. So I think it might be time to get some of this moved in. So we got some spare shoes. We got a little bit of spare hats. And we're also potentially going to need some t-shirts. So should we have a look? Let's do trousers, actually. Let's get the normal trousers. Because, hold on. Yeah, we're going to be going into the cold. So we're going to say, let's get 5 trousers. And I don't mind them using synthetics because we don't actually need them. And then before it gets bad, let's go ahead and harvest up some more of this cloth. We're definitely going to need it. I think I've got some ready over here, but we'll do that anyway. And look at them having a quick snooze. Look at the details on the character's face, though. Hold on, I'll try and line it up. It's crazy, man. He actually looks like the character. Look. Hello, Melody. Your eyes are open when you sleep, though, which is a little bit weird. Yeah. They're aliens, okay? I'm trying to zoom it right in. Hello, Rita. You're literally my favourite character. Look, she's sleepwalking. It's so freaky. All our food's rotten away as well. We probably want to make sure we're eating that a bit more as opposed to the raw. What I can do is make sure we do cook up a bit more. I could, like, bump up the porridge. It is a bit of a waste if we don't, right? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and copy this guy in. We're going to expand. So I'm going to make this... I don't know how much longer. That's a lot of wood. Let's do that. Oh, you know what I forgot? Look at these. I'm going to observe one of the squash-like plants. And I'm also going to observe... This gives you veggie kind of leather. Type of leather. Twisted plants. Not really something you can eat or anything. But These guys are pretty handy. You can make your veggie soups and all that out of those as well. And look at this. This is one of the later times in games where these little chickens are still alive. Raw poultry meat. I don't know. You can set up farms, can't you? So it's tricky. Don't know how many animals I want. I would like to see an overhaul and use like more specific uses for the animals as well. Like a lot more depth to them. They're okay. There's certain ones that are really good, like the carbon monsters. The queen taming, but they're a pain to tame. And actually, once this bit's done over here, this is where the kitchen's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get just some... Actually, let's get some stone flooring. Don't really ever use this one, but why not? We've got loads of stone around here, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, we could also build in that if we wanted to, but I think my main house is going to be brick eventually. That's what we're going with. Insufficient storage space. What's this for? The beanie. Okay, so I think we go ahead then and we build a double wardrobe. Let's go ahead and build it. Where's our crafting going to go? Let's get it over here. And then we'll have just a basic... What the hell? Oh, I built it up. Oh, no. Right, we're going to cancel all these. I made a mistake. There we go. Got them all on deconstruct. Oh, I'm an idiot. Why did that go up automatically? I must have mishit the button. It happens. Please don't hurt me. Right, there's the cure plant if we want to get them in. Don't think we need them. We'll use the grain. I might do eventually. And there's the buttermelon as well. So we can grow some of that. I'm actually going to put one in just because, I mean, it's quite nice to have multiple, right? I just quite enjoy it. These are a bit different in size, so you kind of want to do... Well, I would probably say they go up in twos, don't they? So it's kind of annoying, actually. It doesn't fit well. I'd have to go over here. Working on the storage space, guys. I think I cancelled the wardrobe, so let's go ahead and get that back in. Can't believe I messed up that size, man. New insect nest. How close is that? Oh, yes, there's our first one. So I'm going to let this grow. That's going to be the one that we take for our first bit of carbon then. That's perfect. Risk a meltdown for Melody. Let's have a gander here. You probably want to change your shoes, my friend. And then when the trousers are in, you go ahead and do that as well. Was angered by Rita. She's hungry, drowsy, and it's dark. Not a lot I can do about that. Our lights are in at least, so we got a lovely bright room. Windows and stuff I'll sort later on. They're a bit of a pain because you can't build in front of them sometimes. Let's also go ahead and copy in some of these. So we'll want probably you around the back there. That'll do, actually. There's a long way for them to travel now from when they sleep, so we'll lose a bit of productivity, but all of this is going to move over soon. And then we'll shift literally everything to be nice and tight to this area. And as these floors come in, I'll copy these guys. See if what I did wrong. Yeah, I didn't. Just me. I was wondering why it was costing so much wood. Let's just go ahead and do that. Wooden fortifications are now done. Yes. Alright. I think I can get away with this one more time. So I'm going to butcher that one. And then we can extend this. We get a couple of towers. And then we can shoot down from that. Now, things we need to consider is flyers. So when flyers come, it's dangerous, you know. You can kill them pretty quick, but you can get like hundreds in one go, and they are painful. I'm pretty sure that's not on a hill, so I don't know why that did this. This is a really good flat seed, guys, for building. Like, really good. Look at that section over there as well. Looks nice. Looks really nice, isn't it? In the valley. You can use some of these things to the back of you to help you as well. In like defense and stuff. And same with water. Okay, we can now build energy storage as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because we're producing some serious amount here. So now these cost 5 electronics. We've got 13. So I'm going to just put maybe one in for now. I'm actually going to put it over here. I don't like that it's away from the house for now. So I'm just going to go there. I will probably build a storage room, but it plays up when the batteries aren't outside sometimes. And now we have the ability to build the full-on walls, which I probably will go into. Right, I should probably be looking. I think the distress signal is about to run out. Actually, I completely forgot about that. That's going to go. It's quite far away. She's not going to get to it in time, so I'm just going to leave that. I don't want to overdo the fuel. We do need to make sure we keep it, right? So that was the main reason behind it. Just want to get this bit done today. So if we could have that sorted, guys, that would be fantastic. Let's check in on the research as well. So drones, she's on 10% already. I'll do the usual as well, guys. Anyone who's a member of the channel or Patreon, I will name robots and stuff after viewing the game as best I can. At random as well. Okay, let's keep copying this in then and getting this built. I don't even know where I built up to last time. Don't know how big I want the kitchen. We'll make it like a kitchen diner, I think. So that's just 3 more blocks I went with, wasn't it? Okay, we'll do that then. There we go. There's the... We'll try that again. And then let's go for the stone flooring. Although, ceramic's cheaper. Let's go ceramic. It looks a bit nicer. It makes more sense for a kitchen, right? Let's do that. And then we'll just get in a doorway to the side. So now we are perfect. So let's go a bit more to the edge. Now, one thing on this game is it's a little bit easier to have the door to the sides if you're trying to make use of the room, right? I'll show you all that anyway, but don't know if we'll go 2-story, 1-story. I might go only up to 2. But the next wardrobe is in, so I can start moving things. So what I might do is actually do this. So if I put... I don't know whether to empty and deconstruct that one, actually. So yeah, let's empty and deconstruct that one. And then with the tailoring bench, I'm going to go ahead and move this in. No reason for this not be inside now. So we'll get all the goodies so tailoring can happen from over here. The only problem is you'll have to walk all the way over here to grab the goodies and bring it back in. And then in here, this... I forgot to do this one. Shouldn't be electronics. Shouldn't be electronics, and there probably shouldn't be fuel in there. Now, it looks like some of the fuel fermentation finished. We've got a little bit more insect meat. We've got 3 more going up with another 60 fuel, so we're okay to do another expedition now. And looks like our battery will be in momentarily as well. Not bothered about this shooting star. And I'm just waiting because we're going to be probably attacked. Let Rita do her farming. And just make sure food's okay, really. Who's just had their favourite meal? Jack, what's your favourite meal? Grain porridge. Ha! Yes. What a legend, man. 4 days of food supply. I'm okay with that, really. That's absolutely fine. Happiness is still fine. I could work on it a bit more. We're always going to have issues with Connor because of the acute pain that he's always going to have. He just has permanent migraines, to be honest, from his implant in his eye. That's what kills him in the long run, by the way. And take some time to transport all this over as well. And let's break down those shoes. I'm going to copy in some of these. I'm going to bring them a bit closer. So I'm going to have them out here. And then this one, I'll probably copy again, actually. What we want is gap in between. That'll do for the storage. I'm going to then deconstruct those, move them over. I'm going to start getting everything transported. Farming 7. Connor. Oh, research insight. Jeez, man. So she's just pretty much finished the delivery drone. That's what I was talking about. Connor, though, on the other hand, is not looking good. So play darts, Connor. And then, can you please eat some veggie soup and then drink some coffee, please? There you go. I'm going to try and get him back up before he has a meltdown. He should be okay after he hits the darts. Oh no, he's already on it. Eat, please. Do not have a meltdown. There we go. We're safe. Delivery drone. Yes. And what we need now is this baby. So 50 metal alloys. This I'm just going to pop over here. That's absolutely fine. We'll have it. Although, do I want the fermenting barrels there? Or do I have them inside? I think I'll have a fermenting room and then we'll just have a load of freezers with bug meat on it. So delivery drone, let's go here. So we'll have our metals in for that momentarily. And we just scavenged 6 more. That's epic, man. So I should be able to get in another battery, which is going to keep the lights on permanently. Now, building this electric stuff is what's going to cause the attacks to get worse, so I do need to obviously keep that in mind as well. Well, this is regenerate. That regeneration mod is just insane, man. That is just so good. So all of this will be gone once it regenerates. Mega. I'm going to get all of these scavenging. So when they're doing stuff, hopefully they come and do that. Those bits when they need it as well. Let's get this done, please. Oh, Connor. You fool. Being sick. There's the brick rooms as well, and there's an animal migration. Can be pretty handy for food, but not something we need at the moment. So you'll see we're in autumn now, so things are a bit colder. Now we do have the sneakers and some synthetics ready. Now what I can do, so outside is 8 degrees, indoors is 10, so it is a couple of degrees better. We can just pop in a couple of heaters in here. eventually, which I think I'm going to have to do. So I think the fireplace, a stone fireplace in here, is a very good idea. So this thing should heat up most of the room, and we can cook the coffees on there as well. And then storage, I think I'm going to have to come out the back here. Don't know yet. I'm going to try and cram everything in this little room to start with for this year. Now for this one, I am going to, well, we probably need the cook stove in as well. Let's copy this though. Let's get a bit of a, so you're good for that section. This is going to need some kind of storage through here. I'm also going to copy this. This is temporary right now. The light is blocking that. What I'm going to do is that. They'll have to come through the door though, actually. I might be better off putting the door there. Okay, storage. Then we'll move the other stuff in. So once that's built, I can empty and deconstruct. Once the kitchen's built, I can move the table over. And then these guys will get over as well. This isn't going to matter. Once the drone's in, all of this stuff will fly over. So there'll be no more transporting, right? So what I'm going to do, actually, is take off Connor. You're going to come off deliver and handle. You're going to come and construct and scavenge. Right? And then Jack's also going to do a bit of that in the meantime. So this is, yeah, this will be really good. And some salvaging happening. Perfect. Research desk I could probably bring in. There's no real reason for her to be over here. We can hold fire on that. Question is, where can we squeeze it? That's going to obstruct that. I think we pop it over here, if I'm honest. Yeah, we'll get it in there. Connor will get all this done anyway, hopefully. He's happy enough now. Avoid the meltdown, so we're fine. And then what I can do is move these two, and we'll get a little bit closer with the farms as well. So a bit more movement and efficiency, just whilst we get things set up. I like to play both for functionality and looking a bit better. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. House isn't going to be small either. I want the attacks to be pretty big. And here we go. We got our first spike-tailed insects. These guys, look at this. So out of nowhere, we're getting severe attacks. These offer 50 bug meat each. This is bad. These guys shoot. They shoot. So, yeah. I'm going to do something here then. So, defense, obstructed access. We need to bring these back, almost. Not enough wood. I'm going to bring this whole fence this way. They can shoot, but I'm just going to do this a second. I'm going to copy this one in. Have a little one at the back. And then, is the delivery drone done? Connor, you're going to have to come and build these, mate. I'm going to hopefully start the building of that. And I need the defensive thing up, really. I don't know if they're going to have it done in time. Start deconstruct. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go for a deconstruct on all of this. And then a construct of the other ones. We're going to run out of wood, actually. Are we going to have enough? I think so. Just going to slow it down a second so I can concentrate. Get these kind of deconstructed. Jack, come and do this, please. Get him queued on all that. So deconstruction will happen. Then we'll get the tower in. Just one tower, I think, will be good. Connor, come back, please. This is more important. And then get the wooden tower done. This will act as a little bit of defense. It's not amazing. 13 of them. Something fighting them. Something did kill one of them. Okay. And we've got a couple that are bleeding out, actually. So, not bad. Are these are definitely the shooting ones, aren't they? They're not the small ones. Yeah, they're the shooting ones. So, that's pretty substantial attack, actually, believe it or not. Connor, come and do this, mate. And then we need to get this drone built. This will speed everything up. It'll just transfer all the wood from everywhere. Well done, Connor. There we go. And they're going to attack at night, unfortunately. We don't have... So they're going to be able to shoot from here. So they're probably going to just shoot at these. These are not going to be that useful. So what we're pretty much going to do is stand everyone behind and try and bait them in. We're going to take a bit of a beating here. So we're going to have to micromanage them. We do have 2 pulse rifles, though. So what we'll be doing is probably grabbing them up now. Krista, you're going to come up into the tower. Melody, you're going to stand to the side. Then these guys, you're just going to come over here. All right, just so they can shoot. I think I timed that perfectly. The only good thing is we're going to get some good bug meat out of this. I would like these guys to maybe hit them, but I don't think they're going to. Who has the old equipment? That's fine. Yeah. Because you start building the electrics and the house, the attacks are only going to get worse. So, yeah, we're lucky it was only 14 of them. But even so, 14 of them is pretty strong. Jack, actually, do you want to come this side? So what we're going to do is bunch them this way. Rita, you're going to need to... No, sorry, Melody. If you just come over here. Rita, you just come here. Connor, you stay there. I think that's fine. Krista should be able to get stuns. The problem is the range. But she is going to be able to stun them over here, so... Yeah, perfect. So we should be able to do a fair bit. The darkness doesn't help, but... Connor, come back, mate. Melody. Actually, what I'm going to do is get her here to stun. And then stun again. There's going to be a bit of shots, but we should be able to get some pretty good stuns here. And bleed them out anyway. Luckily... Well, let's get these guys maybe move back. Christy, you're okay up there, aren't you? Good, they're bleeding out, so change your shot. I'm going to get these three hitting these over here. So we can keep stunning these in place. So let's get these bleeding a bit. And the bleeds will stack, so we're absolutely fine here as long as we keep stunning these. And they'll take 10 damage each stun as well, so we will be able to kill some. Perfect, let's get those guys on that one. Again, might want to focus some lights here as well, which will make this, well, a million times easier, actually. No, we're absolutely fine. Oh, good. Perfect. Focus this one, guys. That's it. When they're stunned, you can actually run over and knife them as well. Makes it a bit easier. Luckily, we didn't take too much damage at all, actually. I'm quite impressed. I thought it was going to be worse. But that one tower kind of saved the day. Because they'll miss a lot of shots when they're shooting at a tower. Which helps massively. So let's get those all under. Let's butcher. Melody, do you want to kind of self-heal first? You heal yourself, and then these guys will be okay. We'll get all of these carved up for a good bit of bug meat time. And there we go. Melody sorted. Melody, what the hell are you doing? Thank you. Nice, easy defense. Guys, that's going to be where I end this one out, though. Thank you so much for joining me. A really, really cool ramp up, actually. We've got a lot going on, but a really basic house setup, which is really cool. So we're getting that going. The little chimney will be coming out eventually. As always, though, gas the video up, man. It really helps. And do hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. All of that major jazz. I really appreciate you. As always, guys, take it easy. And I'll catch you in the next one.